So I was given a talk to a group of people, and there was everyone was there for pain, whether it be addiction or mental health, depression, anxiety, um, toxic relationships, whatever. Right? We all have a name for what brought us in the door, or perhaps why you're even listening to this podcast or watching this clip. Okay. And so I gave a prompt to the room, and that was, tell me why you're here without saying the actual reason. So if Brett was in that crew and he was like, I'm an alcoholic, I can't stop drinking, I would say, Brett, you can't say that.
But you don't say that.
Shut up. Now tell me why you're here. And man, what came up was really, really beautiful. There was a lot of different classes of mental health diagnoses, and then as well as, drug addicts, alcoholics. So everyone had their poison, right? And we identify with this poison, what it looks like on the outside, and that keeps us on kind of a surface level of relating to the human being next to us, which is silly because that's just the out picturing that we grab to and embody our suffering type thing. So we went around the room, and man, people said some powerful shit. And what came out was really just their wounds. It was like, I'm here because, and they would give these explanations of absolute pain. And the common thread of it was all of them were not able to live up to the ideal version of themselves. They had a picture of who they wanted to be, how they wanted to think, how they wanted to speak, how they wanted to behave, how they wanted to operate in life, what kind of wife they want to be, husband they want to be, son, friend, brother, cousin. They all had ideas, right? They all had visions of this type of person. Yet no matter how much they wished, wanted, hoped, expected, needed, desired, was irrelevant. They could not get there. Chewing on a wishbone, not enough. Not enough, right? I remember I used to go, your mom takes you to the mall when you're a little young buck. For me, it was Great Northern Mall in Syracuse, New York, just trash. And there was, the fountain in the middle of the wall. And the big fountain, and Mom, can I have a coin? This is when people had change on them. And I'd be like, Mom, can I have a quarter? Give me penny and stuff. And I'm going to make a wish, make a wish, I fucking wish you let me get that shit I just saw on Zoomies right there in your skateboard. But here we are, throwing pennies in the pond again. And so you would just, I wish, and just all this fountain was just filled with coins. And that's basically as far as we get with the wounds that we have. Wishing, hoping, wanting, needing is irrelevant. It's a joke. It's laughable. It's Nickelodeon in the face of a Martin Scorsese movie. It's like going to watch, like, I can't wait to watch Goodfellas. Martin did that, right? Yep. Okay. I'm Goodfellas. Oh my God, I can't wait to watch Goodfellas. Brain just, I can't. You turn around and it's fucking football face, Hey Arnold, right? Hey Doug, or whatever, Nickelodeon. And you're like, this is a bunch of bullshit, man. Right? But every day is a day where we go, I'm for sure gonna watch Goodfellas. And every day, fucking Nickelodeon, slime, right? Bullshit. Bunch of bullshit, man. And there was the wound. So it was like, it was so beautiful because and then I wrote on the board what they said, right, their lines, and there was easily pointed out in each comment just continuity of pain. And I think we're more alike in our wounds than we are in our virtues, especially um, you know, just getting on dry land type thing. And it really made people open up and relate, and some people that weren't talking prior were talking after, and it was a really, really cool little session, if you will, or class. And, you know, it taught me something, and that was to go deeper and ask yourself, do you really have a language for your pain? Or have you just been kind of parroting, uh, surface words? I'm an alcoholic. I'm a heroin addict. All right. Well, what the fuck does that mean, dude? Yeah, we get it. You can't stop, blah, blah, blah. But like, go deeper. Where's the pain? Where's the hurt? Right. And there's just so much division within each human of wanting to be this thing, wanting to embody some type of highest passion and just never being able to hit the mark, you know? It's like trying to chase the wind. But every day you think, you're like, for sure, the chasing the wind, like, I'm going to get it today. And you just don't, because most people are alone suffering with their wounds, and they think that their pain, their fear is unique to them. And the mind goes, ain't no one have fear like this. No one knows what it's like to hurt like this. And then, thank God for, 12-step fellowships, treatment centers, good treatment centers. I mean, I don't know, there's a ton of shit out there. There's multiple 12-step fellowships now, cancer support groups, just there's support nowadays, and you can go in to the support group or wherever you end up, wherever your pain gets you to ask for help. You walk in the door, and if you have the courage to, you don't actually, you know what? I was going to say, if you have the courage to talk about your pain, you'll find that you're not alone. But all you really need to do is listen, and then you'll hear your story, you'll hear your pain in the voice, in the story of another person, and you don't even got to know their fucking name. You don't even know their name. It's irrelevant. So how could someone that you have met for the first time, probably haven't spoken to, maybe know their first name, definitely not their last name, tell your story, tell you how you feel, how you think, where the hurt is, right? What you wish and want, but have never been able to leap on and stand in and become. How could this happen? It's like a phenomenon, right? And that's because there's this internal rhythm of life, the intangible, the heart, the spirit, and the wounds, And when you sit with enough humans and you're blessed enough to work in a field of the suffering of humanity, which a lot of my friends are in, and the one behind the camera right now, you get the opportunity just to hear the story of thousands of humans. And what you'll find is humans hurt. And humans have hurt and wounds because people hurt people, and, and it's going to get passed down until it doesn't. It's going to get passed down until the chain is broken or whatever is shaking the person up to say, enough. Yes, I've been victimized. Yes, injustice has happened to me. People have been victimized. There's things that have happened in our lives where I don't have a part in creating. I'm not selfish. I'm not self-seeking. I'm not fearful, and I'm not dishonest. I had no part in creating this. But if you expect to navigate the wound and heal that up properly and not just throw a band-aid on a bullet hole, you're going to have to take radical ownership for the wound. Yeah, and that's what I found in my experience. Like, the word blame has to be cast out from my vocabulary, and victimization, feeling sorry for myself, all that shit has got to go. It must go. It must go. And it's not saying that, the people that have caused injustice, or maybe the life you've been born into and some tough, tough, tough stuff has happened. It's not giving them an out. It's giving you an opportunity to not hurt anymore. Because the thing is, wherever the hurt stemmed from, wherever it jumped into your life, you know, it's replaying. It's just there every single day. So it's like you're almost, in a very real sense, giving this event, this injustice, more power. You're just letting it stay there, letting it gnaw at you. And then I identify with it, and then I weaponize it, and then it just, it just buries me, man. So moral of the story here is, you know, challenge yourself. Do I have a language for what I'm going through right now? You know? And if I were to challenge myself to go deeper, would this sentence in me describing it relate me to my brother and my sister? Would I be able to get closer to the men and women next to me? And do I feel that getting closer to them would help me heal even more?